There's a lot of negatives and positives whenever it comes to any sort of model or strategy or anything that we're talking about. And so inside of here, I'm going to show the other side of the opinion on why you should not start a wholesaling business. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Devin up here with another video, and today's video I'm going to be talking with you guys about why you should not start a wholesale real estate business. And before I jump into it, if you haven't already, join the fam, join the game by hitting the subscribe button down below, as I talk a lot about how to get into real estate without having to spend any money or credit, and we've almost made like 200 videos on this channel. So anyways, this is something that I kind of learned going to school and everything, is that if you are going to take a side on a debate and you're going to be arguing for one side, then you should be able to argue why the other side is better as well and be able to hit all those points in order for your own point to make sense. And so I'm going to be breaking down why you should not get into wholesaling, and then from there we can see all the negatives of getting into it and why the positives and all that type of stuff. So I'm going to be like, I don't know, maybe in the screen somewhere I'm going to have some sort of like tags as to what each part of it is, but I'm going to be talking about each of these few topics. So the first part, the first side of it, is that a lot of people don't see it as a legal business. Now, obviously, I can see where they're coming from, as we kind of see as we're brokering the properties. But what we are doing is we are brokering a contract. Basically, we're selling a contract. We're getting a property under contract, and we're selling this piece of paper, which makes this business model legal. Now, obviously, all the different states and everything, you have to talk to somebody that can actually give you legal advice in your own certain state, as there's different ways of doing it. But we're not selling the property, we're selling the contract. We're selling an opportunity to get the property at a discounted price. And so that's why we are able to get these properties at a discount. And so now the second point I want to talk about as to why you should not start wholesaling and whatnot is because real estate investors can go out there and just find these properties themselves. And they could literally just do the exact same marketing that we're doing, and instead of having there be a middleman in there, they could literally just find these deals themselves and basically just use their own capital and flip the properties themselves. But the problem with this is that not all these real estate investors are marketers. Yes, there are a few of them that are using marketing to find these properties and get cash flow or fix and flips and all that type of stuff. But a lot of people don't know how to do the marketing, as what we are doing is, with wholesaling, it is the art of finding discounted properties. And so what we're doing is most basically just going out there and finding these properties at a discount with these various different marketing strategies. We're going out there in the trenches with our boots and stuff, and we're going through there and we're actually finding these deals, and then we pass them on to investors. And a lot of investors, they really can't, like, they don't know the same marketing strategies that we are using, and they don't really want to spend all the time. They want to focus on fixing and flipping these properties, and so that's why they're more than happy to give us a price for finding these deals and everything. So it's really most simply just that. And so now obviously I'm going to take a couple of other different businesses sides of strategies of getting into real estate without spending any money. And another way is known as bird dogging. So basically you go up to a real estate investor that does a lot of deals and you say, hey, Mr. Real Estate Investor, I'm going to go out there and find deals for you personally, and I'll just take like a few $1,000s off of each deal that I send you. It's going to be like a flat fee and all that type of stuff. So the problem with this is it's a flat fee. You can't make a lot of money. You're very restricted on what's going on. But what you can do is just really become good at finding all these properties, and there's a lot of people out there that do this. They're bird dogs, and they go out there and find all these properties for the investors. This is another tactic for investors to get properties at a discount. So basically you just become well at cold calling or whatever marketing strategy the investor wants you to implement, and you go and find these deals for them and bring it to them. And what they'll do is they can just pay you a fee or whatever. But like one of the perks of it is you don't have to sign any contract. You don't have to do anything like that other than just sign a contract with the investor saying, hey, I found you this deal, pay me for it. And you really can't bid up the contract. You're just set at one certain price. And basically, I mind my language, but you're basically the real estate investor's bitch. You're going out there and finding deals for them. Yes, you can use these strategies and everything that you've learned to implement it into wholesaling, or they can be a mentor for you situation, and they can teach you how to get into real estate investing and all that type of stuff and how to save up the money. But at the end of the day, why not just sign up the deal yourself and sell it for more if you are finding discounted properties anyways? And so yes, bird dogging doesn't cost any money, but neither does wholesaling houses. You don't have to pay any money for the house, and you can go out there and sign up the deal, which is kind of silly why you wouldn't want to do that. And so another big point is why would a seller be willing to sell a property at a discount? And really, at the end of the day, it's the same as the real estate investor side, is the marketing piece. Is they don't have the network that we do as a wholesaler of all these different investors, the people with lots of money, and we're able to sign up, we're able to market it a lot better for them. And so part of it is laziness and convenience that we are offering them, and then on top of that, it's a time aspect. And so we can close the deal very quickly with our network. We can just send it out real quick, and if we get a bite, then we can go out there and sign up the deal. We can sell the contract and make money very quickly, and then it's out of their hands. They don't have to worry about it anymore. They don't have to worry about trying to sell it or whatnot. But that's very easily a case for a lot of sellers. They could go out there and do a for sale by owner situation, but nobody really knows how to market their deal. They don't have the skills like a real estate agent has or anything like that. And on top of that, they don't know how to do it themselves. So now another aspect of the business is you could just get into fix and flips and then just find people with hard money loans. And basically, if you find these discount properties, then if there's enough equity in the property of you picking it up, people would be more than happy to give you the money for the deal for you to fix it up and flip it. But I don't know about you guys, but I have no idea how to fix a house, and I really don't want to worry about it. It's really a pain in the butt, and you can always have some sort of deadline as to how far you think it would take, and maybe getting contractors in place and all that type of stuff. But contractors, they're not always super trustworthy. You can't always expect them to go all the way through with fixing up the property and everything. And it's gonna be a lot of managing of getting new contractors in, and it's hard to find a really good contractor, especially there's so many people that they do a crappy job, or they just don't do things right, and the work doesn't get done appropriately. And on top of that, a lot of times it just takes way longer than you expected to get it fixed up and everything. I've done this personally and everything, and it's just really a big pain in the butt. Really, anybody can be a fix and flipper. You don't have to have buttloads of cash. If you can find a discounted property and basically you sign it up, people are more than willing and happy to give you the money for it. Or you can even talk to people up front before you even find the deals. Hey, would you give me so much if I find a discount property and I fix it up and flip it? Now, obviously, on the other side of it, there are some people where they'll want to go in with equitable interest in the deal if they're going to be giving you money, and if you don't have a down payment. So a lot of times you're going to have to make a down payment in order for you to get 100% of the profits minus whatever their interest is or whatever the rate is for borrowing people's money. But you can simply go out there with pretty low amounts of income and flip the property, especially if you're in the Midwest where properties are going for $10,000, and you can fix up and flip those types of houses and make quick cash and just work on a bunch of them all at once. And you can easily just go out there and do a lot of fix and flips. But it's only so scalable. You can only do so many fix and flips at once before it's just a pain in the butt. Obviously, you can hire more and more people and scale it that way, but it's just a lot of managing and making sure everything's going the right route. And so that's why a lot of people that used to be fix and flippers, they just become hard money lenders, or they just private money lenders, and they just basically loan out their own cash, and instead of just going out there and trying to fix up these properties themselves, because they've done it before and they know it's a big pain in the butt. And so a lot of people, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do the fix and flip. While wholesaling, we don't have to fix up anything. We can literally just find the discounted property, and then from there we can just flip this property. We can flip this contract that's saying that we got this property at a certain price, so we don't have to go out there and basically do have the risk that's involved with fixing and flipping. And there's a lot of fix and flips where situations where people actually end up losing money, because then they find out oh crap, there was this that was supposed to be fixed up, but we didn't anticipate this that came up, like a rotten foundation or something like that, and it's going to cost you a lot more in the long run than you expected, and so you're going to be losing money on some of these deals and everything. While wholesaling, if it's not a deal, you find out that it doesn't work out, you literally back out, get whatever money back if you ever spent any money, and you can just go on to the next deal and not have to worry about any cash flow or any cash tied up or anything like that. And you can have literally you don't have to spend any money or credit or anything like that, and you can get all of these properties without having to spend any money and make a lot of money very quickly. It's a way to make fast cash, which is completely ludicrous. And so there's a few other ways inside of there, just like a lot of it, like one of the biggest problems is just explaining this business model to people. And whenever you tell like family, friends, or anything like that, a lot of people just straight up the bat, they're like, oh my gosh, like this is illegal. And how are you going to be able to keep making money or whatever, or you're going to get caught up or whatever it may be. And a lot of times the Realtors Commission isn't a big fan of people that do this strategy, but it's happening every day, whether there are people specifically wholesalers or not. There's a lot of people that have real estate deals where they get them and then they don't have the resources in order to flip this property, so they just pass it on to someone else and just be like, hey, can you pay me for this deal? And so obviously there's different sides of it where you have to have like an assignment fee, or if you're doing double closing, all that type of stuff. And so one of the big points as well that a lot of people aren't anticipating is it takes work. A lot of people, they get into it and they think it's super easy. So it takes a lot of work and actually to find these deals and everything. But it's super high rewarding, and if you put your energy in the right direction, you can make this money very easily. But it's way more work than most people anticipate, because they just hear, oh, you just find discount properties and you sign them up and you flip them, which it is that simple. But finding the discounted properties and being consistent with it and putting in the time and energy and effort towards it, that is where you actually get the success. And a lot of people just feel like it's super simple and easy and it doesn't take any work, while it actually does take work to do it. And so maybe something like fixing and flipping is a little bit better because it's something tangible or whatnot, which is going to take more work because you're going to have to manage all these people and all that type of stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually pretty lazy and I don't want to have to do all that work, manage all this time, or wait like 10 months in order for the deal to be flipped or whatever it may be. So you just have to, like, I was just wanting to argue kind of the points as to why it's bad, even though I know I threw in a lot of my own opinions and I'm super biased towards wholesaling and all that. So anyways, yeah, I wanted to give you guys this kind of knowledge base, and I wanted to argue the other side point. I know this probably isn't what some of you guys wanted. This is a video for today where I didn't go in super in depth as to like literally do this, go to this website, call this person, whatever. I know this wasn't one of those tutorial videos, but I feel like this video had to be made, and I wanted to kind of like take a step on the other side of what everybody else is looking at as to what is wrong with the business model and everything, or why they wouldn't jump into it. And so anyways, thank you guys all for watching today's video. And so like always, I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. Peace.